in GTA 53 Faction War. This is Greysock, Undercity and Imperial Guard versus Eldar. For the blue Imperial Guard team, we've got Nurland as a Lord Commissar. Strong offense and support. Fights in melee combat. Begins with a refractor field to shield stuff. And this is a Vostroyan Firstborn elite scheme. Alongside MADEDI, I guess I'll say, as a Lord General. Fights range combat begins with his retinue of Stormtroopers to help him out. Strong defense and support abilities. This is the Death Core of Krieg DLC from Relic with gas masks and all. And rounding off this blue Imperial Guard team, we have Aguxyz as an Inquisitor. Offensive commander with great control abilities, begins in melee combat but can get ranged weapons. A little bit of support about her too. Red Eldar team Finale at the top as an Eldar Farseer support commander that fights in melee combat. Very strong buffs with some debuffs and control abilities too. And alongside double Warlocks, first up is Morgan MLGman. And we also have yipyip. These guys are melee spellcasters that can leap into combat with powerful disruption. A little bit of support and some strong offense too. Leaping in there, knocking back that Lord General has lost both of his retinue members. Warlock a little bit isolated though here from Morgan. But he needs to stay in the fight now, I guess. Try and bring things up to support that Warlock, where he is eventually persuaded to leave. Sentinel getting its ground pound upgrade. He's taken some damage so far. They need to look after those Sentinels early on. Use them as the base. Frustrate those Dire Avengers who tried to pull the damage on. And then they need to focus on, I think, dealing with Shurikens. Because they could lock down the tier 1 pretty nastily if they don't. Get those artillery spotters up, because you don't want Eldar to get into tier 2 cleanly or quickly. As Imperial Guard, I think Eldar tier 2 is pretty damn scary for Imperial Guard with Wraith Guard and Wraith Lords and Falcons. It's like it's a Shuriken Cannon guarding weapon team for all three Eldar players. We do have a couple of Banshee squads on the field too. Only one Sentinel so far from each Imperial Guard player. I don't think we'll see a second. This is a cool colour scheme over here for Aguxyz. This kind of luminousy blue. Inquisitor already has her crossbow bolt pistol, and that is to help control this Warlock. You just saw Hammer of the Witches. You can then follow that up with the crippling volley to keep that guy locked down for a good period of time, which will really help him out in these early engagements especially. Imperial Guard doing well early on, pushing through the mid. As I said earlier, Morgan just getting a bit isolated with his Warlock in that first engagement. This time he's a bit far back. He's got his Immolator blade but did not join in that melee fight. Oh, Sentinel might go down here, getting too close to that Shuriken. He can't repair it, can't move it out of there. Down it goes. MADEDI there struggling to use his Sentinel. I think he lost some guardsmen too. So good work from Morgan. Got his Banshees out safely, right? Yes, he did. Double Dire Avengers pushing up, using cover as they go. I believe these tiny little comical looking railings are actually heavy cover, I think. Yes, they are. You can see the double green arrows on the health bar there. Eldar kicking some ass in the middle with the Warlock pushing through, destroying some stuff. Up in the northeast where the contested VP is, we have Farseer versus Lord Commissar. Buffs versus buffs. Only one of them involves shooting your own fellas in the head though. There's his refractor field up. No war gear yet over here. What about the Farseer? Nope. We do have spotters on the way for Nurland. He's getting the Aura of Discipline, which suggests maybe we're going to see some Ogrins in tier 2, which will be fun. Catachans on the field for MADEDI. Excellent disruption and anti-melee and some good killy potential too. Nurland following up with a heavy weapon squad coming out pretty heavy and quick in tier 1. Lots of damage on that Sentinel. Those Shurikens can really pour it on at close range. You need to disrupt. Aguxyz doesn't have anything specifically to deal with a Shuriken right now. Has spent his resources getting this crossbow bolt pistol, of course. Doesn't have the ground pound either. He might be going for a very, very quick tier 2 at the bottom there. Aguxyz get the Chimera up so he can drive it up and harass this power, which is rather difficult to harass otherwise on Greysock. The other power is much easier to hit. The mid player can do some work here. We have Banshees of Morgan doing just that as the mid player. Nicely done. Might get a generator down. He's under fire from a heavy bolter though. Meanwhile, southwest have the 2 contested resource points between the natural VPs. being contested here and fought over. Yipyip's Warlock has the Immolator up. Nice energy shield as well. Sentinel barely gets out of there, but does. Now these guys can double repair it, and Aguxyz playing it right, I think. Just dipping in and out of this fight to keep the Eldar occupied. Make him think twice about pushing against Aguxyz's VP, because if he did push up with that Shuriken Cannon, I don't think Aguxyz could defend particularly well. Vostroyan Firstborn falling at the hands of an Eldar Farseer there. She does have her Spirit Stones. No longer gives you bonus XP, I think, when you revive someone, or that might be something that's set to go in next update. Not sure if it's in now. Either way, it's not in that tooltip. It's still, or rather, it's still in that tooltip. We have the medical sergeant in the Lord General's retinue here, coming up to support Nurland briefly, getting Finale off the field. They spot that webway gate going down, and they'll take it out. Inquisitor hanging out. Got all of her army in this kind of southwest corner. There is a bit of room to maneuver around the edges of the map. There's a road that you can take up to the power to hit it. I put that there specifically because I wanted to see people using transports on that road, but we'll see if we do. See that happen. Tier 2 for everyone apart from Nurland, who's got some more guardsmen out late in Tier 1. Warlock doing his knocking down jumpy business there. Some good damage on that Inquisitor. She's got a pretty long retreat now, but should be okay. Deathclaw of Krieg in the middle, but is MADEDI paying attention to this? That is devastating. Immolator into Destructor, and they are wiped out in seconds there. I guess he was not paying attention because he's up here fighting. Doing a good job against Finale. This 2v1 could be devastating for this Farseer if she's not careful. Oh, gonna take down the Shuriken, I think. Surely. Yes, does go down. That is worth it then. A good double from MADEDI, but he should have been, if he played it perfectly, he would have been paying attention to his guardsmen in the middle also, of course. But taking out that Shuriken is a big win. Is going to help out Nurland quite a lot here. Are they going to have a look at this power? Doesn't look like it. Lord General's now on capping duty up here, leaving the mid undefended. Morgan is taking advantage by pushing against this power with double Dire Avengers and Banshees. Where is the Shuriken at? Back at base, so he can't provide any support here. Heavy Bolter, though, is back quickly to defend, and they lose one generator only. I'm not sure if he also got one before when he was attacking. Oh, Autarch drop. This is Finale. Sub-commander for Eldar. Awesome foot speed, can also do that. Jump into combat. Healing allies when she lands, and also providing some buffs when she lands. She also provides a constant damage resistance aura around her, which is pretty damn useful, and has some good weapon options. She's a very versatile hero. She does tend to die a lot though. People kind of overestimate her mobility and durability a little bit often. Need to be careful with her. She provides a lot if you can keep her alive. There's that awesome Spirit Stones heal. What is it called again? Spiritual Rights. There we go. Keeping the pressure up here is Finale. I believe he's 2v1. No, I think it's just Nurland here. Oh, this is MADEDI's Catachans. Ogren's coming in. Infiltrated by the Inquisitor. These are Aguxyz's Ogres, indeed. Goes tier 2 for the quick Ogres, not the quick Chimera. Down goes like Farseer on retreat. Here's a Falcon, though, from Morgan. Finale now looking a little bit depleted with just the Autarch and some Dire Avengers on the field. In tier 2 though, tier 3 for yipyip. Tier 3 for yipyip. Is that like a 10-minute tier 3 or something? Is it even been 10 minutes? I don't think it has. I can't tell. Warlock in the northeast capping the contested now. This is Morgan coming up. Howling Banshees out for Finale next. Can get some support maybe from this allied Falcon. And Wraithguard out for Morgan. There they are with a devastating attacks there. Don't want to do friendly fire though. A nice heal from the Autarch. She's got her spear, which is a power melee weapon, unlike the Banshee's spear. Missile launcher Sentinel would love to get some shots off on the Falcon, but getting that close could be a death sentence. Getting chased down now and does go down. Nicely done. Now pull away, I think, Mr. Finale. Banshees will get out of there okay. Ogren's comes smashing into the back lines though and finding some Wraith Guard, and that is a terrible fight for Wraith Guard. They don't want to get into melee with pretty much anything, but Ogryns will rip them to shreds with heavy melee damage, doing full to the heavy infantry armor of the Wraith Guard. Oh, being chopped up here by Banshees though. They can struggle against dedicated melee squads, especially if they do have power melee weapons, which do extra against their super heavy infantry armor. Took down 2 models. Was that the Bonehead leader? It wasn't. They still have their Bonehead leader. Does he actually have a different model with Deathcore of Krieg? Doesn't look like it at first glance there. Lord Commissar takes the VP and executes the Banshee Exarch there, I think, with the flak jacket. Nicely done by Nurland. Still has Aura of Discipline, now has the Power Sword too. 443, 190. Big VP lead for the Blue Imperial Guard team. We have some stormtroopers from Aguxyz who might have been called in from the global bar of the Inquisitor. Pretty damn nice global ability to have, to call these guys in anywhere you have vision. And they come in already infiltrated. It's giving them the assault kit. See, council out very quickly for yipyip. Power melee squad with some nice constant aura buffs going on. Immolator and melee attacks. Bad news for these Catagens. They do move out of the Immolator but into some trouble and have to retreat out. Lord General now retreating. Again, missing his retinue. Tier 3 for Finale now. And the Aguxyz. Looks like Eldar will retain the northeast contested VP for now. Guardsmen with Sergeant and Commissar for Nurland, up to those 12 models, reinforcing 3 at a time. No bunkers at the top yet. Might see a Chimera later game to get the beacon up there too. Would be pretty damn useful, I think. But I'm sure they want their Leman Russes out. We do have some Ogryns from MADEDI, so the one player that I thought would get Ogryns with his Aura of Discipline does not get them. That will benefit allied Ogryns though a lot. The reason I say Ogryns is because this he was for more on low model squads, which is why it's usually combined with the Ogryns. These guys getting really frustrated trying to take out this node. Screw it, they say. We'll just bash the gens then. A weapon squad with an auto cannon, good damage to all targets, but they are forced off by the Immolator. Good usage of that so far by Morgan in this game. He's got the warp throw too. Set up all sorts of nastiness with that. So it's just Morgan and MADEDI in tier 3. It's obvious from the look of Morgan's roster why he's still in tier 2, with a Falcon and Wraith Guard coming out in tier 2. But he's got enough to go tier 3 right now. 1-to-1 cap. Eldar still have quite a lot of VPs to make up. They are getting their natural back. So they will start to get the 2-to-1 VP counter going. Lord General getting a Carapace armor upgrade. He's got those melter guns. They do get passed out to his 2 stormtrooper retinue fellas too. But he's getting too close to trouble here. Grenades going in. Oh, some friendly fire on Banshees. Did that wipe them out? I think it did. I think those wiped out Morgan's Banshees. I'm pretty sure Morgan threw them too. Obviously trying to get those Ogryns, but the Ogryns actually got away. Wraith Guard in a bit of trouble here too. 423, 167, 2-to-1 cap for the red team. And looks like they will retain the top, maybe. Nurland is here with a bunch of guardsmen, but they can't hold. They can't hold. Banshees in retreat path too. Nicely done by Finale. You can achieve so much, get so many kills and cause so many problems by just getting your Banshees in retreat path. It's so tempting to kind of send them into the engagement quickly, but if you can just bide your time, get in around the back, you can terrify your opponent. This is something to come and decap. It's the Dire Avengers of yipyip. Leman Russ on the way for Nurland and Aguxyz at pretty much the same time. Morgan goes tier 3. Maybe some D cannons at the top. There's that smoke shell from these spotters. Do you have your upgrade? Doesn't look like they have their tier 2 upgrade. I'm pretty sure they'd get the plus icon decorator. Warp throw for Morgan. Then gets shot to pieces and has to retreat out. Doesn't want to lose his Falcon. Ogryns will rip it apart after getting to melee. Sheer strength gives them the heavy melee. Even though they're actually just smacking you with their guns, those ripper guns. They're big ass things though, aren't they? Fire Prism on the way for finale. Avatar of Cain for Yip-Yip's going to hit the field. Is he going to keep it bottom or bring it top? He might feel like he needs it to defend that VP. He's a little bit depleted here with Double Dire Avengers and Seer Council, and he's fighting against a relatively strong looking Aguxyz roster with a Leman Russ on the field looking pretty dapper in this blue. Ogryns are what? Level 2, infiltrated by Interrogator's armor? No, he's got Purgatus up. He might have infiltrated them and then switched out of it. Crossbow, Bolt Pistol and Liber Heresius is also up. Kicking off at the top, here's the Leman Russ of Nurland. 368 to 167 on the VPs. Banshee's happy to get stuck in there with some Autarch support who's going to tie up some guardsmen, get them off the field so they can't repair. Often a good idea when fighting guardsmen. Is so tempting to go for their vehicles immediately, but you need something to get those guardsmen off the field quick so the vehicles have no support. Autarch was able to do that. Leman Russ backing off here, taking a lot of damage though from the Howling Banshees, but they are going to give up the chase. Commissar going to get stuck in. Going to try to. He gets knocked back. Looked like he had his shield up, but maybe he didn't have it up in time. Banshees might drop a model this next shot. Boom. Yes, they do. A model was exploded a lot there. Seer Council moving in alongside Yip-Yip's Warlock. Avatar of Cain is on the field. Super unit for Eldar. Very powerful in combat with some nasty abilities. Here's one of them, the Wailing Doom. Also provides some very strong constant buffs to nearby allies. Suppression, immunity, and I think some damage buffs or something. Seer Council on the way for Morgan now. Finale had something coming but cancelled it. Got some Fire Dragons moving in to try and hunt down this Leman Russ. The Avatar is actually weak to melter weapons because it's super heavy infantry, and also weak to plasma, which doesn't make much sense in terms of like, lore and tabletop, where I think it's completely immune to melter damage in the tabletop because it's basically made of molten rock. So you can't really superheat him any more than he is already superheated. But hey, in the game, he's going to be weak to melter damage. 356, 162 on the VPs. Eldar still have a fair amount of VPs to make up, almost 200, but they're doing a decent job stabilizing the northeast and holding on to it. I mean, he got decapped there, but it wasn't actually taken. What is this? Ogryns have found a Warlock to fight. He gets the hell out of there. I think Yip-Yip knows he can't really fight head on. Avatar's going top. I think that might be a mistake. Definitely going to lose bottom if he does that. And they seem to have top pretty nicely sewn up for now, at least. Here's the Fire Dragons. Have these kind of rapid firing melter weapons called fusion guns, I think. Can get in close with their ability that gives them a speed buff. Allows them to chase units really well. Look at the damage here on the Leman Russ, getting some rear armor hits. Banshee's also in play. Very nicely done by Finale coming in around the back. Nurland was not ready for that at all and might lose the Leman Russ here, and does lose Leman Russ. Beautifully done by Finale. That is Eldar in a nutshell. A focused, coordinated attack with a specific outcome in mind. Specific target was the Leman Russ there, and he got it. Morgan's Seer Council now in play. These guys do give you a little bit of durability as Eldar. I mean, they are regular infantry, but they do have a decent amount of hit points, 500 per model, and they level up to have almost 4,000 for the squad at level 4. Putting Distort Field on them there. That's a nice Spirit Stone seal. Spiritual Rites from Finale's Farseer, level 3, has the Doombringer, and also Rune Armor. Was Doom on the Leman Russ there? I didn't see it, I don't think, but it might have been. Did seem to take a hell of a lot of damage. Seer Council of Yip-Yip on capping duties, recovering here with double D cannons. Now has a pretty formidable army for defending this VP. And you've got to do that. You've got to tailor your army to what your job is. And his job right now is defending this VP, keeping that 2-to-1 ticking down, or rather a double cap as it is now. Because someone decapped over here. Some stuff died. That was probably yipyip with these guys who are back at base healing up now. So well played him. Dire Avengers getting this contested power. Blue team's power got bashed right over there. Big engagement brewing in the mid. Eldar in a melee fight with double Ogryns. Banshee's forced to retreat. That's the Psychic Storm from the Farseer. See her levitating in the air there. Her Gartus goes off now. Big engagement. This could be very telling. Avatar moving in, taking shots though from a Leman Russ with Executioner. That's doing a hell of a lot of damage to that guy. The Autarch barely getting away in the background maybe. Ogryns are chasing her with the Ripper guns, which do decent piercing damage. But she does get away, it looks like. Leman Russ now trying desperately to get away. Seer Council chasing it with power melee weapons, which is enough to finish it off. That was a Aguxyz Leman Russ there. Looks like the Inquisitor's gone down in the middle. Really cool big fight. Seemed to just happen in an instant. Ogryns and Banshees getting stuck into each other, and then everyone joined. Avatar lives around about half hit points. Looks like he wants to stay in the field though. 258, 154. Was there a clear winner there? I think taking out the Leman Russ was pretty big. Does have some Kashyyykin Aguxyz with plasma guns, which is bad news for this Avatar. 258 to 145. Double D cannons are still looking after the VP, are they? Well, they have turned to face where the action was. Not sure if they got any shots off in that big fight. Eldar retaking the northeast. Imperial Guard did take it during all of that. Here's a fire prism. Might want to make sure it's dead on facing towards the north here. Left side of your screen. There we go. Banshee's doing a good job chasing down vehicles in this game so far, but not that time. Got hit in the face by an artillery spotter shell. Going to go down maybe. Yes, they are going to go down. Finale a bit late retreating them, but they live somehow. That was very strange. That Lord Commissar attack didn't seem to do any damage. In fact, they were taken out by some sneaky stormtroopers of MADEDI waiting for them to run past and shot them down. Kashyyykin on the way for Nurland. MADEDI also has some with grenade launchers. These guys provide knockback with every single hit. Pretty damn useful for combating caps late on. Ouch. That was a singularity taking out the Lord General. Although he's bugged out here because one of his retinue members is still alive. The Commissar retinue member is still alive. He's going to get revived though, so there we go. 229, 136. Double cap for red. Oh, rocket run. I say bugged out on the Lord General, by the way, because he is meant to always die last. His retinue member is always meant to die before him. That was a pretty nice rocket run. Falcon took a big brunt of it, and now going to get taken out by Ogryns, definitely. And this is a very good push by the Imperial Guard. Combined arms here. That is an Eldritch, I think. Yes, it is. It's going to take out that Leman Russ. Down it goes. Beautifully done. But still, a very, very good fight for the Imperial Guard. Ogryns, can they finish off those? Seer Council. Distort field on them, and it lets them live. Triple cap for Eldar, but they lost quite a lot up there. Morgan's down to double Dire Avengers with Seer Council, and he's got a massive amount of reinforcing to do too. Getting a D cannon on the way. Yeah, Morgan letting his teammates know that he's kind of depleted here. Oh, Fire Dragon's going down too. Who needs tanks? Doing really good work with their infantry here, the Imperial Guard. Couple of very good minutes for them, and that might be GG. Eldar with the 2-1 cap still, and yipyip is still looking pretty strong at the bottom with Avatar, Seer Council and double D cannons. But hey, blue team don't need to take this VP. They hold on to the 2-1, assuming they get the natural back. They can win this game, but look at this. Yipyip, perhaps realizing that his allies had a bad engagement or two at the top, is moving in to put pressure on this VP, try and make the blue team split and have to look after this thing. Oh, rocket run from Aguxyz maybe. He's the one down here, and that was a pretty damn effective one too. Knocked them off the cap if nothing else. Lord General Goes down, defending. That's Judgment from the Inferno Pistol of the Inquisitor. After, I believe it's 20 seconds, you can judge the target and do a massive amount of damage. 300 there, as you can see. I believe it's AoE damage too. At least it knocks down a little AoE. Only level 3 the Inquisitor, which seems surprising. Level 6 Lord General, level 5 Lord Commissar. Oh, Providence on this Warlock. Is that Morgan? No, Morgan's here. Although he also has Providence, he wasn't using it. Oh, now he is. Warp Throw and Immolator 2. Providence gives you invulnerability, also gives you crazy mana regen or energy regen, and also allows you to use your abilities very quickly, giving them barely any cooldown. 119, 136. Oh, it says reduces cooldowns by 10%, which doesn't seem that much. Is that right? I thought it reduced them way more than that. It says greatly reduces and then only says 10%. 119, 136, 1-to-1 cap kicking off over this natural VP of the Imperial Guard. Red team doing a good job there, putting pressure on this VP, knowing that the northeast was kind of sewn up. Here's a Baneblade of Aguxyz. That's bad news for the Eldar. They're pretty good at fighting the big late game vehicles because they have their Eldritch Storm, but nobody has it available right now. They can also follow up the Eldritch Storm with Fire Prism shots from really long range, which helps you take them down and get those kills. Imperial Guard defending their VP. We saw some Kassakin knockbacks from their grenade launchers there. 2-to-1 still, 119, 128. This is a very nicely placed webway though from, I guess, yipyip. Yep. Blue Imperial Guard team not wasting any time, going straight for the Eldar natural. Avatar can do nasty things to blobbed up infantry though. Didn't seem to use his Wailing Doom there. Maybe he's used it already. There's a singularity. Ouch. Turn those guardsmen into mist. Smack. He does AoE attacks with his melee weapon, the Avatar, unlike the Great Unclean one, which only attacks single targets, although for more damage per swing, I believe. Baneblade pushing up, and red team at risk of getting this completely capped, not just decapped. D-Cannon's trying to get shots in. Not sure why the Fire Prism is shooting at a Baneblade. I think you want to knock these guys off the cap over here. 119, 85. More Kassakin for Aguxyz. Getting their Sergeant gives them that faster capping trait, which is pretty damn useful, obviously. Baneblade out shooting the Fire Prism pretty easily. Not sure why it was kept in play there. Back the hell off when you see a Baneblade, I would think. I think it was Morgan's, and he's looking elsewhere. He's fighting up here with Seer Council level 3 with Distort Field on them again, I think briefly there. Wraith Guard level 3. And Eldar have retaken the northeast. Nicely done. Need to get a natural back though. Oh, Avatar might go down here. Getting very close to a Baneblade. Trying to take out some Ogrins. And they have, I assume, conceded the Eldar here. We'll get confirmation on the score screen, but I assume that is an Eldar concede, not thinking they could come back against a Baneblade and massive rosters for a couple of these Imperial Guard players. There's actually another Baneblade on the way for MADEDI there. Eldar started off well, but as sometimes happens in these faction wars, they do tend to have one or two really bad fights late game and can't really recover super well. So Council did well. Let's look at these heroes late game. Farseer was level 4. Level 6 Warlock and a level 4 Warlock. He did have Witchblade of Kurnus at the end. Yip. Level 4 Inquisitor. Level 7 Lord General and a level 5 Lord Commissar. Had the Emperor's Wrath at the end. There have it, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And see you next time.